welcome. So I'm going to take a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Saturday the 17th of May 2025. Now as you can see, it's been ticking away. 8:45. I've been messing around with the settings trying to get my audio right, so I'm hoping the level you can hear is okay. Let me know in the comments what you think. This puzzle is set by Hurley, so we've got a Saturday puzzle. They could be a little bit harder. Having a little look back in my records at Hurley, Hurley is one of the setters we get a couple of puzzles a month from, and the first couple of the year were about 24 and 21 minutes, but since then they've been generally quick, and I'm averaging just under 12 minutes per puzzle, ranging from about 8 to 16, but around an average of 12, which would be a nice kind of time to get. So I don't know how this is going to go. I'm just going to check I am actually recording, which I think I am. So I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Do wait at table. Do wait at table. Never ending mess. I'll go wild about it. Looks like an acid mess. I'll go wild about it. Never ending. Endlessly. Oh, small and almost defenceless reptile. Newt is going in my head. Toad, frog. Small, tiny frog, almost defenceless. Unarmed, unar. Sunar. Saintly fisherman. Welcoming St. Paul, I think it was a fisherman, wasn't he? Welcoming church feature and counter 4 steps. Counter could be a table. Church feature could be an apps. Cool. Animal, you picked up. Okay, that's just you, isn't it? Shunning pleasure at start. Spartan out to change high flyer. Oh, shunning pleasure at start. So I think this is shunning pleasure at start. Or lose a letter off the word for pleasure. Spartan out to change high flyer. Okay. I mean that could be that could actually be SP and then an anagram. Strong point welcoming Greek characters, hint of future. Strong point is a talent. Greek characters could be 1 or 2, I don't know. Drink valet okay, that's an ale. That's simple. Thankfully, portrait at right angles in print. Portrait at right angles in print. Something about square, right angles, perpendicular. Perpendicular portrait is drawing. 2 needed for this T as communicated. So 2 for T. T for 2 as communicated. Char duo. I assume that's as communicated would be a high to crude translation of get in lane. Okay. Crude translation of that would be could be something ing, which leaves it tangling. Can't be tangling. Regular temperature occurrence. EPR. Regular temperature occurrence. Gosh, that hasn't gone well. US Uncle Sam are stopping to observe plant. Sesame. C, same, I think. C is to observe. Arrival, not the first in car arena peep, curiously. Anagram car peep, car arena peep. Arrival, not the first. Or is it an anagram of? Maybe it's arrival, which is to come. In car arena, which is, I don't know. I've got no feel for this clue. Roommate that's hard to roommate that's hard to miss and hard to discuss. Surrounded by a fog concealing day. A ad mist. Surrounded by ad. So a fog. A concealing day, unless it's a proper day. Fog would be not convinced by that, but we'll put it for now. Of course the fog ad mist, of course the D doesn't have to be in the Surrounded by amidst. There we are. Amidst. There it is. Check part of flower is that rain? Not sure about that. Rain? Not sure about that at all. Liveliness of elf, last to ascend to top. Goblin, liveliness, elf. So I assume we're looking for a word meaning elf, and then move the end to the last letter to the top. Elves, goblins, pixies. I don't know really. Oh, excessive spending, new age tax, craven. I mean, craven would be yellow, but that doesn't fit with ale. Excessive spending over new age tax, craven. Could be an anagram of age tax, craven. Extravagant, there we are. Extravagance, I think that is. Extravagance, at last, got something. Food, house, husband, leaves with unfinished letter. Food, house, husband, leaves. So is that ooze? Food, house. Boost man, reportedly. We have man as staff the other day, didn't we? Boost is to raise. Can't be ray though, can it? Raise isn't enough letters anyway. Insects, some classified as. This is surely a hidden word. Das. Almost blessed originally. Maybe not. Insects, some classified as religious. Scarab. Yes, it's an acrostic for all of them. Wow. Okay, nice. Provide protection for troubled sector. Sector's an anagram. Or could be an anagram. Escort is to provide protection. English editor, displaying shed. Okay, that's not so bad, is it there? Regular temperature currents. Event. Regular temperature. Even T, yeah, event. This, two needed for this T as communicated. Can't think of any T's with a tango. T for tango. Two to tango, I think. Yeah, I think it's tango. That one I'm going to just leave that like that, but I'm fairly sure that's takes two to tango. In fact, I'm not even going to question it. I know it is. Right, do wait at table. Staff. I'm fixed on staff now. Do wait at table. Not sure. This one, small. Okay, the S is there. Almost defenceless. Reptile. Reptiles begin with S's. Not sure. This was an anagram. Maybe. Not sure. This is surely an anagram. Mess, I'll go. Never ending. Mess, I'll go. Wild about it. That's just there's a less on the end. Mess, less. So we've got an I. Timelessness, I'll go wild about it. Never ending mess. So got rid of the less part. At least me. Another L. And an I. That doesn't really work. Limitless. Ah, that could be the problem. Limitless. Why would that be limitless? I think it is. Limit. Yeah, around it. Limitless is never ending. Okay, so what's this? This is check is to stop. Part flower. Stem. Duh. Right. Okay, duh. I'm definitely in a duh mood today. Welcoming church feature and counter for steps. Is that some kind of mitre? Is it a pedometer? Yeah, counter for steps is a pedometer, isn't it? I don't quite. So that's Peter. Pedometer. So Peter with the dome of a church. Fair enough. Okay. Liveliness of elf. Last to top. So what have we got? Liveliness. Esprit. Sprite, yeah. Esprit. Again, we had that last week and I didn't know what it meant then. I've learnt it, sort of. Yeah. bunged it in with a guess really. Stunning Spartan out. So that looks like an anagram Spartan at the end. Shunning pleasure at start. Spartan out to change high flyer. Spartan, it's got one T. Okay, what's this down here? Food house, husband leaves with unfinished letter. Letter? Could that just be roulette? Something let. Could it be that simple? Letter? Let's see what these give us. That one can't look at. Portrait at right angles in print. Ooh, gosh, some kind of skate, isn't it? Oh, that's a landscape, I think. I think that's just a landscape. That's a crude translation of get in lane. Entanglement, crude. Get in lane. Inelegant. Okay, anagramming coming together now, thankfully. This was, oh gosh, was this an anagram or is this arrival? Not the first. I think it's arrival, not the first. So it's a word meaning arrive, like come, or came. Not the first. Take off that. In car arena, peep curiously, glance. But if that's glance, happenstance. I don't know. This is a sound like, wasn't it? Man reportedly. Boost is to. Whoa, not sure. This looks like it is a let then, a letter. Food. Omelette? Home. Okay. Omelette without the homelette. Okay. Oh, that's interesting because Spartan out doesn't. Was it just. Actually, that's just an anagram of Spartan. Was it Stoic? Cormorant? Not cormorant again, can it be? Amidst is spelled correct. This then. Roommate, that's hard to miss and hard to discuss. Roommate, that's hard to miss. It's going to be a sitter or something, isn't it? A slip shot. This was strong point welcoming Greek characters. Hint of future is foresight. Foresee. Why would that be to see? Hint of the future would be. Ugh. I mean, it could be something like muse, I suppose, or news. I think when it says that, or pies, could be anything, can it really? There's a lot of chais. There's a lot of potential. But muses, what would that be? Muse. Strong point, welcoming Greek characters. Hint of future. I think that's probably the wordplay is to put muse or some, you know. But as you've got everything, you can have betas, alphas, betas. And the question is really what goes in here. And I'm not sure is the answer to that. This one here again. Do wait at table. Stand. If that's it can't be DL, can it? And that actually is quite interesting because you probably can only have certain letters there. Clap. What's this? Roommate. That's hard to miss and hard to discuss is. So we're not doing something clever with roommate in terms of room being a space. Is it a roommate without an H? That's hard to miss. So take H out for hard, which makes it a. It's not flatmate, is it? Roommate is a. I don't know. Co-occupant. Shunning pleasure at start. Spartan out to change high flyer. I mean, I'm thinking high flyer is just going to be the name of something that goes in here. And if cormorant would fit again, which it did yesterday, that unfortunately that amidst is going to stop that happening. But Spartan out really looks like it ought to be an anagram, in which case, well, Spartan is 7, but where's the O coming from? Let's do an anagram art now. No. Oof. What is a strong point? A strong point is a talent. Boost. Arrival. Not the first in car arena. Peep curious. And is it just an anagram? Car arena peep. Is that latecomer or something? Can't be latecomer, but I mean, if that's car arena appearance, can't be appearance. I'm just looking at that double P. If that was appearance, disappearance. So the double P in that would be. I'm not particularly convinced this is the answer, but let's try it. Car arena peep. Appearance A P P E A R A N C E. Reappearance. Arrival. Okay, yeah, it's reappearance, isn't it? Wow. Okay. Well, how does that help me then? Reptile. Sand lizard. I am just not. I cannot think of any lizards. Reptiles. Sorry. Snake. Gosh, naked. Naked. It's that easy. Let's do wait. Do. I feel like that do has some more significance than I'm seeing there. This would be a foresight. Strong point is a. Well, let's see if that goes to F. Boost is to. Hint of future. Really feels like that should be a 4. For musea. A strong point. Well, it could be strong, and then a point could be E, maybe. Boost. I can't think what that is at the moment. Let's see if I can get this one down here. Hard to discuss. Kleptomania. Do wait at table. Scrap. There's not. It can have a C. Can't really have any of those letters. SA maybe. The shrug, I think. Shred. Do wait. Shrug. E's possible. T's possible. Strap. Strut. Surge. So there's some letters there, but I kind of think that has to be a. Can that be LEP? Get to the downs. Where's the down? There it is. Roommate. That's hard to miss. And hard to discuss. Clep. Blep. Hard to discuss. There's not a lot. Again, we've got apart from that, some of the vowels. I think it's plep. So it really feels like, let's go through again. Z no, X no, C clep, maybe. B no, blep, maybe. N and M, not really. A yes, slep, sleep. But then slep, schlep. S is okay, D's not, F's not, G's not. G could be, I suppose, H, J, K, L. Not many of those work, really. Plep. Swap. Oh, do wait at table. Table. Serve. Do is to serve, isn't it? Okay, so that's an elephant in the room, isn't it? Elephant in the room. I don't know why. Yes, roommate. That's hard to discuss, to miss. Okay, that's a bit of a interesting one. So yes, shunning pleasure is anti auto. Ugh. Aristocrat. Astronaut. High flyer. I don't know why that's high flyer. Spartan out. Without some letter, without the P in it. P for pleasure? Really? Okay. Okay, well there we are. Almost done, assuming I haven't made any mistakes. Now my U tour, so we've got alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, etas. For taste now, forte, okay. We still miss this one here is boost is to, what's this, Philip? Philip, I think that is. I don't know. I'm going to bung it in. It's wrong again. What have we done this time? Oh, okay, extravagance. Did I? I think I... No, I don't know. 2035. Oh my. Extravagance. Again, I didn't count the letters on extravagance. The anagram material for extravagance. I just bunged it in. Oh, fifth one in a row that I've made one letter wrong on. Right, let's go through the clues. That was a bit of a toughie, I think. Do wait at table. Well, if you wait at table, you're serving. Do is to serve. I don't really understand that one, if I'm honest. Do as serve. I'm just going to pause the video and have a think to myself. Okay, well, I don't really understand this clue. I mean, I think it's... I want to say it's a poor clue because it actually has a statement, do wait at table, really doesn't... just isn't really much of a phrase you'd ever say anyway. So it's, you know, whereas if you look at, say, 3 down, roommate, that's hard to miss and hard to discuss, that's a nice sentence. It gives you... it puts an idea in, like check part of your flower. It's got a good surface to it, but do wait at table hasn't got much of a surface. To wait at a table, I think, is to serve, but to do equals to serve. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's a bit of a weird double def, so not a very good clue to start us off. But anyway, after that we've got never ending is limitless. That's fair enough. Which is an anagram of mess, isle, and anagram indicators go wild, and then put that around it for it. Small as S. Almost defenseless is naked without the D, which gives you a snake, which is a reptile. I struggled on that one, but good little clue, really, I think. We've got the saintly fisherman, St. Peter, welcoming the church feature, which is a dome, which is a bit random, really, to give you a counter for steps, which is a pedometer. Quite like the counter for steps bit, they say. No, I don't know. Animal is a U, as in a female sheep, which is a sound like of you, which is indicated by picked up. I think we've got shunning pleasure at start means take the P out of Spartan, and then to change it is to anagram it to give you astronaut, which is definitely a high flyer. I'm just looking astronaut. Yeah, so just take the P out. I don't know P for pleasure of. Okay, so that, oh gosh, that's actually slightly more complicated. Shunning pleasure at start, so it's saying take the starting letter of pleasure, which is P, and then shun it from Spartan, and then change it as an anagram. Wow, don't like that for the QC. A strong point is a forte, welcoming the Greek characters, which are Greek character eta, so multiple, plural of that would be etas, etas, and hint of the taste, hint of the future is a foretaste. Drink is ale, type of ale, and ale is, if you uncover valet, take the V and the T off of it, you get ale. A portrait at right angles, so yeah, the two ways to, as I remember in my first days of printing off paper in my IT job, you could either do landscape prints, which are the landscape or portrait. Portrait is obviously where it's like a piece of paper that's an A4 piece of paper, and then if you turn that at right angles it becomes landscape, so it's wider across, and that's what that clue's alluding to. You need 2 to tango, takes 2 to tango as we say, and T as communicated, so T for tango in the NATO phonetic alphabet. So that's what the as communicated is referring to. Crude is inelegant. Translation of is saying as an anagram of get in lane. Regular is even, and T for temperature gives us an event, which is an occurrence. On the downs, we have the US uncle, which is Uncle Sam, S-A-M, stopping to observe, so stopping saying put it into, to observe is to see, which gives you sesame, which is a type of plant. Arrival, not the first, so yeah, the second time you appear first time and then the second time come, or whatever, is a reappearance, so that's what that's about. That's the definition, which is an anagram of car, arena, peep, and curiously is your anagram indicator. Roommate that's hard to miss, and hard to discuss. So yeah, the elephant in the room is something that's hard to discuss, and obviously if you had an elephant that was a roommate, then they'd be hard to miss. Very cryptic. We've got 4 cryptics there in terms of elephant, tango, inelegant, tango, landscape, I think it was. Surrounded is amidst. We've got A in the clue. We've got a fog is a mist, and that is concealing D for day. To check is to stem, and a stem is part of a flower. Double def, simple enough. Liveliness of an elf. So an elf is a sprite. Move the last to ascend to the top. So sprite's E goes to the top to give you esprit, which is liveliness. A clue, a word that I only learnt last week in the cryptic then. Excessive spending is extravagance, and if you can spell that correctly, well done. You can see we've got new is our anagram indicator that age tax craven is an anagram of extravagance, and we've got 2 A's, 3 A's, and 2 E's, and that's what I should have done, is should count the number of E's and A's. Damn. Omelette is a food. A house is a home. Husband leaves, so home without the H becomes ome, and with unfinished letter, it's just letter without an R on it. I mean, I think that's almost, that feels like it was a clue written for the 15 by 15, and then someone said, look, you've got to just dumb this down a bit for the thickies who do the QC. So there we go. A boost is a fillip. Another word I don't really know. Have seen it in the QC before, and Philip is a man's name, so reportedly it's saying it to sound like a Philip. Scarab. So a scarab beetle is an insect, and then we've got an acrostic. So originally it's indicating that some classed as religious, almost blessed, is a scarab, and scarab beetles were religious in the Egyptian kingdom, I believe. Provide protection for is to escort, and troubled is your anagram indicator that escort is an anagram of sector. And then English editor contains the hidden word shed, displaying as your hidden word indicator, and a storage facility is a shed. So there we go, all done. 2035, slurs of the week, 5th consecutive fail on my part, another silly mistake, 3rd silly mistake of the week really. So there we go, but got there eventually as such. Thanks for watching.